Hi, Kelly here at Cochrane Toyota. We're located at 8 River Heights Drive, Cochrane, Alberta. And today I've got a 2018 RX 350L to show you. So the first thing you're gonna notice is the RX 350L right here comes out a little bit further so that you can actually get more seats in the back. So the regular RX 350 is a 5-seater, where the L gives you that 6-seater or slash 7-seater if you wanted to squeeze somebody back there. But realistically, it's a 6-seater. But again, amazing little car. This thing's got lots of options. I'll run through them all. There were a few claims on this thing. They all show $0 on there. So I'm assuming they got hit and then didn't end up going through an insurance company. Usually that means it's under $1,000 and they just fixed it with cash on the side. But I'm walking through this thing. There are a couple little scratches I'll show you, but other than that, it is in fantastic shape. This is the bright silver from Lexus. This is a nice little color. And again, you can see that it's got 20-inch tires on this thing, the chrome all the way through, sunroof on the top, just a great all-around unit. That also has 3M on the front, so if you take a peek, you've got the full kit 3M, so you can see right there and there all the way through, so the whole entire front end is covered. You've also got the mirrors covered as well, so the mirrors are going to be covered right there for you, and then this particular package had the kit behind, so you don't have to worry about scratching in behind. If you take a peek at your car, it's amazing how much it scratches underneath there unless you've got 3M on it. Couple of things that are nice on these guys is they got those triple headlights, really nice and bright at nighttime, but they are focused in the right direction, so they're not, blasting the oncoming traffic. It's a nice option. Plus you have that LED right there for your daytime running lights and some really nice fog lights there for you. This is new enough to have the radar adaptive cruise control. So if you look right here, this Lexus symbol is your radar cruise. If you can use cruise control, you can use the radar. It just sets a certain distance in front of the traffic, or for the traffic in front of you, sorry, and you can adjust that depending on how far back you want to go. It's amazing what this will do in a commute to take some of that stress away. Also, you have a camera up there, does a few things for you. It is a lane trace assist, so that camera right there, lane trace assist, it's like a built-in rumble strips. This will have the corrective steering in as well, so it helps you keep straight. So if you're not paying attention for a second, it will help you keep on the road. It's also there for your high beams, automatic high beams, and then again, an anti-collision. So if it sees people or animals out front there, it will take you to a dead stop, whereas the radar cruise will only work where your radar or your cruise control does, which will drop off at 30K an hour. This also does have the extra little fog light right there. You can see the regular fog light and then this guy here. So when you turn your steering wheel to a certain angle, that's gonna brighten up and then flood this whole spot. So going around a corner, it gives you a nice bright light around the corners, which is a nice option. Takes you back the first few times wondering how it does it, but that little camera right there is for it. So take a peek at the back here. There are a couple scratches I'll show you in the back here. First one's gonna be this one. You can tell it's just a little bit of a rub there. Not too big. It has been touched up, but again, a little bit of a scratch there for you. And then right in the center here, it looks like maybe a, I don't know what would happen there, but a small scratch. Now with the smart key on this guy, you're gonna have a couple different options. You can open the trunk with your key like this. Right there, I can just press and hold that, or I can just press the button underneath, but this does have the power back end here, so it pops open there for you. While we're waiting for that, this does have the factory Lexus long range remote start on there as well. So again, there's a couple instructions there to tell you how to use it, but it is a long range remote start. So you take a peek at this guy, and again, because it's the L, it does have these extra seats in there. These seats here will move forward and back to give these guys a little bit more room, but it also does have a couple nice options. So the back occupants have their own climate settings back there. So once they're back there, they don't have to worry about messing about and asking for more climate. They've got their own version. So this is a quad climate control. This section right here is going to be your buttons to raise and lower these. So if I press this button here and I can lower it automatically there for you. Nice little option to have that as a power rather than having to reach in there and get that done. So you can take care of that, and you'll watch it actually tucks itself back in there. It's a nice thing to give you as much room as possible when you've got the thing down. You've got a fresh set of mats here for you. The slush mats are into the car, so you got your other mats here as well. Underneath this guy, you're gonna have your tonneau cover and everything. I don't know if you can see it in there. Tonneau cover, the whole works, your spare tire and everything in there. Then of course you've got your owner's manuals that are on there with Velcro. So if you take a peek at this, they're actually gonna stay in. They're not gonna mess around and fall apart. So if I reach up, I've got the button right here that I can just hold this guy, and it's gonna shut the rear tailgate for me. We'll jump into the back seat. Before I do that, you're gonna notice you have the parking sensors here as well. Those are gonna give you the audible sound. So when you're backing up, you don't have to worry about backing anything, even though you have a backup camera. Now, with the smart key, you'll notice these little nodes on all the handle. So what that allows you to do is, from whatever one you're in, I can lock the door right there and then unlock it from behind. So whatever I'm in, just takes a second, unlock it from behind. So whatever door I go to, that's a nice option that you can unlock and lock it from every single door, same as the back tailgate. When you jump into this guy, you're gonna have your two-tone stitching and then full leather. Of course, this is gonna be Lexus, so they're gonna be top end there for you. Big cup holders back there, not quite Nalgene, maybe Nalgene, but again, definitely big enough to fit a large bottle in there for you. We've got the seat moved forward right now, so I can move this guy back, pop it in there for you, and you can take a peek. These are heated seats back here, and they're full captain's chairs, so they're almost as nice as the front seats. And again, they do tuck. I take this guy, I can fold it back, and then get lots of storage in there. If you take a peek in here, you're gonna have your cup holders sitting right there. Nice little spot for them. And as you can see, as I'm going through this thing is spotless. This vehicle is almost new. Even though it's 2008, still a couple years old. Just a great looking vehicle. And then up front, you can take a peek. You got your sunroof up there as well. And then again, your heated seats right down there with a power outlet underneath as well. So again, nice option. When I get to the driver's side, you'll notice this does have blind spot monitors as well. That little thing right there will turn bright orange. It's on the passenger side as well, so you can, whoever's in your blind spot, I find in the daytime it's the best. At nighttime you can see headlights, but in the daytime when you can't see them, that thing will turn bright orange and you can see it. Again, unlock from reaching behind there. I can set that to unlock one door or all the doors, depending on which is comfortable. I just use the key to make that happen. If I jump in here, I've got a few different options for you. I've got power windows, power locks, the lockout window button to keep the jerks in the back from messing with your windows. This will actually tuck your mirrors in, so when you turn your car off, I can auto set it so that your mirrors will actually fold in for you. And if I want, I can do it manually there as well. This does have memory seats and 3 different versions. Most cars will have 2, but this will have 3 different versions, and they are connected to the key as well, which is nice. You do have this guy, it does fold open there for you. Not as big as the back one, but you can fit a lot of things in that guy for you. Jump into the seat, you do have power seats there. So again, lumbar, back, and the bottom. And if you take a peek at these seats, that 2-tone stitch with the perforation in there is just super nice. Really nice option, and again, very well maintained. We jump into this side here. You're gonna have, this is a 360 view. When I get into the dash, you can see what this does. This has 360 camera, so underneath the mirrors, in the front, you can see everything around you. Of course, the tailgate right there, auto high beams. If I hit that button right there, hold that, turn this little guy right here to auto, push that forward, and with that camera right there, I never need to touch my headlights again. You'll be surprised at how well that actually works. And of course, heated steering wheel there for you. Of course, the little cubby hole Toyota has, the Lexus has it with a material inside to keep everything from making noise while you're driving around. We'll jump into this guy and show you a couple of the options as well when we're inside.
So jumping in this car, the first thing you're gonna notice is how well appointed it is. It is extremely luxurious, I guess is the right word. You got leather wrapped everything, no hard plastics anywhere, just a really nice all-around look to this guy. We'll start with the steering wheel. A couple things I'm going to notice right off that is it a molding steering wheel, leather wrapped, heated leather molded steering wheel. So again, really nice to feel. You got little grooves in the back, and no matter where you hold this thing, it is nice. The big Lexus symbol in the center is pretty awesome looking. One of the things I like about this is it is an adjusting steering wheel, so automatic. There's a little button back there that you can adjust it forward, up and down, whatever way you like. And then once you've locked it into your little container or your memory seats right there, I press this button, turn the car on, and it will adjust back to that automatically. So wherever it is that I had it set, it'll automatically hit there for me. On the left-hand side here, you're gonna have a few settings. You're gonna have your phone, and then of course your volume and mode control. So again, stereo, the whole works right there. Your voice command, so navigation, cell phone, a bunch of different things it's gonna do for you there. On this side, this section here is gonna control that. You can see me as I press that button, you can roll through. I'll give you a little closer look to what all that is there. On this side here, you're gonna have your radar adaptive cruise. So once I set the cruise control on, I can adjust, you'll see it right there, how far I want it to go back and forth, different lengths all the way through, and of course your lane departure as well is sitting right there. So again, built-in rumble strips right there for you, and again, corrective steering wheel, so it'll just adjust the steering wheel just a little bit, so if you happen to be looking away and you go off the road, it will correct you just a little bit in there. So again, nice option, lots of safety features there for you. We'll jump into this side right here. You're going to have a glove box. Again, everything's going to have that velvet inlay, everything. So if you have stuff in there, it's not going to rattle. This little piece does come out, so there is a storage space underneath there as well. It's actually a big one. Here's going to be your USB connector. So you got 2 USB ports there, an auxiliary out, and you're going to have your 12-volt battery or charger there. I think this is for a cell phone. It's going to be a smaller cell phone, but you can see the cord comes out, connects right there for you, so you can have it tucked away. And again, same thing inside here. You can see it's a harder, rubbery plastic. You don't have to worry about your cell phone running around and getting scratched. So again, nice option right there. We'll jump in, show you a couple of the stuff right here. As you can tell, we've got the radar ready. That thing's setting. Let me see if I can get a little closer there so you can see it. So there you go. So we'll jump into that guy and start rolling through some of the options. So we'll start to the far left. Your information, that's going to be a neat one. It tells you where the all-wheel drive system is working. Time lapse, this is going to be good for long distance driving. It tells you how long you've been driving, kind of gives you a warning, because again, distracted driving and all those things are going to pop up there for you. Fuel economy, range, those kinds of details are all going to be right there. If I jump over one, you've got your compass. I've got my music settings right there, so I can control music and I can see what I'm at without having to take my eyes off the road. And then same thing here is I've got my, I just went through that, your radar, depending on how far out you want to be from the car in front of you. There will be a little car that pops up there and it'll let you know that the radar has picked up a car in front of you. So again, nice option. Again, low kilometers on this guy all the way through. We jump into this section right here, and on this guy, I've got 2 different options here. Essentially, this is going to be your throttle control, and then of course traction control here. So what this does for you, so if you go to sport, it's going to kick the RPM up really quick when I have the gas pedal pressed. Normal is just the way it was, and then eco, it's going to be a little more spongy, so the RPM isn't going to kick up as fast, but allows you to select how you want to drive. A little bit better power, a little bit more fuel economy on this side. Again, cup holders in here. One of the things I like is it does have a little removable piece underneath there, so if I do spill some coffee or anything like that, there's no holes underneath there I have to worry about cleaning, but it is nice to pull that piece out there. This little guy is a nice little option. You have a little enter button right here. You can see the enter, and then this thing is going to be a little mouse that controls that center piece. So you can see the mouse moving around as I'm playing with it there. I'll kind of give you a little bit of demonstration once we get to that point. If I put this in reverse, so you can see underneath here, you're going to have a few different options here. So you've got your electronic parking brake. That's what this guy is right here. Your electronic parking brake, it will just automatically hit park for me. If I hit this guy, this is your hold button. So what that does for you is when I come up to a stop sign, I don't have to sit there with my foot on the brake. It'll automatically do that for me at a stop sign. When I hit gas and go, it will work. I've got the air conditioned seat on right now, but again, you have heated and air conditioned seats all around. Get a nice option for you there. Pop that in. Let's spend a little time up on this guy. This guy is a really neat setup. It is big. Let me go back and take a peek. It is a large screen, gives you lots of different options. And again, like I said, your little center command here is going to be your, I guess your little mouse to go around. So you can play around with the different settings, or I can have the menu button right here. It takes me to the setup mode where I can actually set all sorts of things, color, what I want for on the screen, the whole entire works. So again, the color can be changed there, miles per hour, the whole entire works. So again, lots of different functionality in there. One of the things that I noticed right from the get-go is the backup camera. This thing is fantastic. You didn't see it in the thing, but the mirrors actually move down as well, so it gives you a little bit of backup view. So if I do that, you can see right now where my car is going to go. You can see on either side with those yellow pieces. Now I can actually change the way that looks. So if I press enter right now, I can actually change how those lines look. So if I don't want them there at all, I think that's the one you'd want. Plus you got your 360 camera right there. So if I go over, I can actually change that to a bigger rear view camera. But if I want that 360, it's right there for you. Now it actually has a wide angle one. If I go down to this guy right here, I can go through the different angles and set that up for you. So again, lots of nice little options there. Put it back in drive. And then again, you go through navigation, and the whole entire works here for you. So go back. So lots of stuff, couple laps through, and you'll get real comfortable on how all this stuff works. So if I want to go to music, I can click that right there. And of course, there's a little button. Instead of using the mouse, I can actually click back and forth through that as well. So really nice option there. The stereo, top-notch stereo. One of the things I like about Lexus stereos, these cars are so silent that you don't have to worry about cranking the music unless you really want to and hear that thumping bass. But at the end of the day, if you want to listen to an audiobook or something like that, you can keep it at a reasonable volume and not have to worry about the road noise drowning it out, because these things are extremely quiet. So again,